snowing. You know what day it is? New Year's Day. You know the deal. New year, new me, right? This is where I thought about putting a B-roll of the year, right? I probably won't do it. But nonetheless, this is what you see every year. Same thing, same explanation, same exact excuses every year. New year, new me. And that's cool. I think it's great to set up kind of like a goal. Hey, today is the day that I'm making a difference. Today is the day that I'm going to make a change. Honestly, man, you know it's not going to happen like that, right? Either you're going to do the change or you're not, right? I mean, that's just what it is. So when it comes to realizations, this year, I believe that we should honestly look at ourselves, man. Look at the things that we do. Not let me go to Planet Fitness. Not let me get to the gym every day, right? Like me and most other people, man, we really do that in some fashion, right? Either you going for a walk, you doing something, some type of activity, a sport, right? What have you. For me and for us, people in this type of situation in life, or who watch my things or kind of want to understand different aspects of life, emotion, how we view it, how we see it, how we feel it, how we show it, how we perceive things, whatever, right? Any way that you want to look at it, emotion. How many times have you probably done things and been like, man, their fault, man, their fault, whatever, I don't care. Those are all emotions. You get overwhelmed by things and you get stressed out and you start yelling. You start getting mad. I used to drive on the way to a town locally to me, and used to be with somebody and get real upset, real mad, just upset when I get there. Even on the way, I would just be bent out of shape. Somebody cut me off, I'm upset. People used to try to say, oh, those are anger problems. It's not anger problems. It's emotional problems, right? Sometimes in life you have seen or had to deal with emotions that you shoved them to the side, you didn't know what to do, you didn't know how to deal with it. Hell, you didn't even know what they were, so you kind of just shelved it. Over time, you shelving all those things creates a bad emotional maturity for yourself, that you don't really know how to explain things, act, perceive it, and then kind of, have an effect out of that, right? Really, you need to understand that things that go on, you need to think about, what does it actually mean? So your New Year's resolution, you're going to say to yourself, today I'm buckling down, I'm going to make a difference, I'm going to change everything about myself, and I'm going to do what needs to be done for me to be a better person. Okay, but what if you looked at your emotional maturity, right? What if you looked and said to yourself, man, when I drive somewhere, I'm mad all the time. Am I mad or am I overwhelmed? A lot of the time, we are overwhelmed. A lot of the time, we have a lot of things going on that we bury inside that kind of come to the top, and it's too much to handle. So sometimes you end up actually showing this anger or panic or significant anxiety attacks, and in reality, you're just overwhelmed. You can feel underappreciated. So instead of being depressed or sad or lonely, you're feeling underappreciated. Or maybe the sadness is you're feeling alone, but it's because you're isolated. See how every single time those emotions can kind of transfer down to something else. And a lot of the time, and it isn't really an excuse, but I know so many people would say it, oh, was a man, you got to do this. I mean, you're not wrong. But at the end of the day, we're also adults, and we also know that we need to be aware of ourselves and how we treat people and how we deal with things. So as you are an adult, you know that you're angry or you're sad, and you're trying to understand what they are. There's like a wheel, there's different things that you can look up that show these different emotional aspects from a generic word instead of sad, angry, whatever, and it breaks it all down. And there's times where you'll look at that and go, oh, damn, like that's actually the problem, right? And if you didn't develop that emotional maturity, you're not able to even figure that out. A lot of people I've been around, and you know, I don't know if this is what it is, but like this girl I know used to know, she was very good at this. She could really kind of verbalize things or have an explanation a lot better for things, right? Where for me, you know, maybe because of my culture, athletics, my strive for success, right? You feel inadequate, which is why you're trying to become so successful. You believe that it's just being driven, but it's a fear of inadequacy or the feeling of inadequacy, which is driving you to do that. So you go and look at a New Year's resolution and you say, well, I just want to be stronger and bigger and faster and be more in shape or have more money or this or that. Are you saying those things because in reality you feel inadequate? And because you feel inadequate, you're trying to put goal lines on things that maybe make you feel down or sad or that is unachievable. So when you look at your emotional maturity, your emotions, you have to break it down into small bits. You look at your New Year's resolution, why make it some big ass goal? Bro, that's stupid. Break it down. Hey man, I got 15 goals. In another video, I used to talk about the 5-year plan, right? That if I could see something 5 years from now, I knew that I could achieve it, and it was something that was meant for me. Now, I will tell you, I done lost that bet. I can tell you that right now. Because I know from 2019, there was a 5-year that I had lost. This was my year to hopefully have garnered that. It's gone. It's well over 5 years. It is what it is, right? But you broke so many things up into a 5-year. Same concept. Your emotional maturity this year is something you should work on. So like a New Year's resolution, instead of making some grandiose goal, break it down and say, all right, man, today I'm going to write down what I feel. For a week, every day I'm going to write down how I feel. The next week I'm going to evaluate every single one of those days. I'm going to say, this is the blanket feeling. Is there something underlying that I'm actually seeing? Something underlying that I actually feel, I'm just unable to verbalize it. I'm unable to understand it. And you may come across as somebody you're honestly misunderstood at the end of the day. That's what it is. But you need to also have the maturity as a person to know that you need to garner a better maturity so that maybe you're not misunderstood or verbalize. I'm so upset right now. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to act. I feel like this is upsetting me. I don't know why I feel this way. Say that. I don't know why. Help me. Help me understand. Take a second. If you're driving with your girl, your dude, or yourself, pull over for a second and sit down and just think, man, all right, what's going on? Is something overwhelming me? Does something make me feel a certain way? Do I feel like I'm losing control over my life, which then can make you feel upset, anxious, or angry because you feel like you're losing control? Break down your resolution into bits and pieces. If that's what you want to do, even if it's the gym, 2.5 pounds per week added onto a weight that you're doing per week, 2.5 pounds. That's it. In 10 weeks, you just gained 20 pounds on anything you've done. Right? Does that make sense? Break it down. So when you look at everything else you're doing in your maturity and your emotion, break it down. Man, today I feel this way. Okay? The next week, oh, I remember when I felt like this. I remember when this was a problem. I need to change it. And that's okay. So just remember, it's a new year. Happy New Year to every one of you. You know, you can say to whoever, I miss you. I love you. I'm sorry. I wish the best for you. You can say all those things. This is your year to start. Don't be grandiose with it. Don't follow the same pattern. Be who you are. Break it down. Steady pressure. Steady pressure. Steady pressure. Remember, don't make a decision when you're at your lowest. You're already at the lowest. There's nothing else to do except get better. Let's talk about it later. Let's talk about it when you get better. Stay up, man.